What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good? What's up, people? It's me, L Teddy 27, Angry Teacher Chronicles. Another review, a retro review. It's my retro review of A Different World, Season 2, Episode 8, Life with Father. Now, can I just start off by saying, as I look back, writers of A Different World, whose ever job it was to come up with the titles of these episodes, I hope that y'all just fired them after this season, because I'm trying to make sense. We did get to see Dwayne Wayne's legs and get to see him in some briefs and get to see what that crotch was doing, but we'll go through that later, okay? We'll decipher that a little later. You know, we always gotta have some peen. Anyway, we start off down to the dorm. Now, you got 3-on-3, guys versus girls. The girls is Jaleesa, Kim, and some other chick from the dorm. The guys is Walter, Dwayne, and some dude named Robert. I don't know what game. I think they play a win, lose, or draw. I think it's win, lose, or draw. Something where they got to draw stuff and figure out what it is. Anyway, so they over there playing. They're in Kim's room. Now we come to find out that Kim is dating the dude Robert. That's her new boyfriend. Baby, Jaleesa comes in this room and the guys are all over her bed, just jumping all on her bed and, you know, laid up all on her bed. Now let me help you understand something. As someone who went to college and stayed in the dorm my freshman and sophomore years, let me help you understand something. If my stinking ass walked my monkey ass the fuck in my goddamn room, and my roommate had his little friends or whatever laid out, stretched out on my goddamn bed, when I tell you I would have let go and let God in that room. Listen, it would have been nothing nice. Nothing nice. You got your side over there, and I got my side over here. Well, we gonna get back to more of this, because there was a lot of fuck shit and fuckery. You damn sure don't think it's gonna be a freshman that's gonna be in my room, and I'm an upperclassman, and this bitch got all this going on. Child, we'll get there. Better than me, honey. Child. Anyway, so Whitley comes home, sees these people, and ends up leaving her own room and letting them stay. Girl, you do not believe no parts of that shit. None. Anyway, so later that night, Whitley comes back to the room. So now Kim got her boyfriend in the room. They making out. I mean, they getting it down on the bed. And so Whitley closes the door, and Kim is like, oh, okay. She ain't do nothing. She ain't move. They still over there making out. So she got to close it harder so they can hear. So she break it up. Anyway, so they finally, after some back and forth, come to this agreement that their sign is going to be a scarf on the door. Now, let me say this. When I was in the dorm, we came up with more creative things. Because, see, what happened was, we knew that the dorm RAs looked for the scarf on the door. And that way they knew, oh no, I need to bust in this room and figure out if you got the wrong girl in here, fuck it. So what we used to do was, we had this little envelope that we got from, like, you know, the Hallmark section of the store. Anyway, we took the envelope, and what we did was, we would put it underneath the door, and it would be on the side by the by the door handle, but it was just enough where you could just see just a little bit. And if you saw that sticking out of the bottom of the door, you knew, don't go in there. That was our sign. That way, the door RA didn't know to look for the little sock on the door or whatever, the thing on the doorknob. Child, anyway, moving on. In English class, Freddie is there, so that's our subject. And also, big fat football player who broke his leg right before homecoming, who Dwayne was helping with the math. They both in the class, and this class is on poetry. So Freddie gets up, and you know, all during class, the teacher's name is Dr. Foster, and she's making everybody feel like they're beneath her. She's all arrogant, and you know, she has something to say about everyone's writing, and she makes everybody feel like they don't, you know, stack up to her. Then we're back down to the dorm where Whitley was leaving, and she broke her one of the heels on her shoe. She ended up having to come back to her room to get some new shoes. She go back to the room. Kim is in the middle of putting the scarf on the door. Whitley was like, well, girl, I just need to get in to get some shoes. She tell Whitley no. Now, you do not believe that shit, Kim. No, God. Bitch, I'm paying for this room. Just like you are. And what you're not going to tell me is no, I can't come in the room that I'm paying for. You don't believe that shit. You don't believe that shit. See, Whitley is better than me. Because what my monkey ass would have did was, bitch, we would have been throwing down. Because I'm telling you, I would have pushed her. I know about throwing down. Because I fought my own roommate my sophomore year in college. He was a freshman. I was a sophomore. And he tried it. And I gave that bitch 2 to the head, 3 to the body. And his daddy was not only the dean of the College of Business, he was also my frat brother. His daddy was. And his older brother. I didn't give a fuck. That bitch got 2 to the head, 3 to the body. And then they ended up moving his ass out of my dorm. Had a whole room to myself. Anyway, so Whitley leaves with the messed up shoes. Child, you better than me, Whitney Hannon. Down to the pit, we see Winston talking to, before we get down to the pit, Whitley goes to talk to Jaleesa. She tells Jaleesa, hey Jaleesa, I need to talk to you because I got issues with Kim. She don't want to let me in she got all these people in my room all the time. We can't keep doing all this, that, and the third. Jaleesa say, I don't really care. Y'all work that out on your own. Now, that shit is unbelievable because that's the whole reason to have an RA is to have them to work out these kind of disputes. Because all you would have to tell my RA is, my roommate won't let me in my own room because they got somebody of the opposite sex in there. And that would have shut that whole shit down. Child, but it's television, honey. Down to the pit, Winston is talking to Walter and Jaleesa. Apparently, they have this poetry review that Freddie is editing, and Freddie done changed everybody's poem. Freddie done took the liberty of making everybody's perfect instead of letting people's poetry stay itself. And everybody in their feelings are mad and broke down, busted, and disgusted. Anyway, so they tell him, listen, you need to go talk to the professor. So I guess he's going to go talk to the professor. Then we see Whitley go over there to talk to Kim about the situation in the room. Whitley say, listen, we can't be having nobody in the room. Robert can't come to our room no more. Kim say, you don't believe that shit? That's my boyfriend. He's going to be there. Girl, get over it. Whitley say, well, I guess we're going to have to move out. We're not going to be roommates no more. Kim say, okay, girl. And kept it punching. We then see Dr. Foster. Whitley comes to class early and Dr. Foster talks to Whitley and tells her, listen, girl, you can't be doing this to people. You can't be changing people's writing. You can't be making yourself feel like you're better than everybody because you're not. You know, he who has mastered all has mastered nothing. Okay? And so it was a real good talk between, because some people like Freddie need that talk from somebody who's superior to them. One of her fellow classmates could not have had that conversation with her, so it had to be her professor. She does end up going to a big football player and apologizing to him for changing her work, for changing his work and stuff like that. Finally, we see Whitley go down to Robert's room. Robert in there playing cards with Dwayne and this other guy named Randall. Whitley go in there and say, oh, bitch, I'm moving in. Robert done moved in my shit, bitch. I'm moving into y'all shit. And she go in there, start moving clothes, and they call Walter there, and then we got to see Dwayne and his pretty little legs, pretty little dark chocolate legs, and his little briefs. Now we didn't see a whole lot in the crotch department from Dwayne, but I don't know, it might have been cold, maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe, you know, we could make a few excuses, exceptions. He did have a nice little bubble booty, some nice legs, but the crotch ain't give us nothing. So then Kim finally comes in, and once they got by themselves, they talked. Kim apologized, and they talked about, you know, coming to a compromise about the room situation and so forth. And that was basically the end of the episode. So it was a real cute episode. I hope y'all liked it. It just reminded me a lot of my dorm days when I did stay in the dorm, and shit that I knew Whitley put up with. You better not ever have thought that I would have put up with the shit she put up with when I was in the dorm. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all know, put it in the comment section. We can talk about it. That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely.